Goal scoring, and they don't often play together.
And here he goes, Prex, trying to get involved early. Running off of the back shoulder of Lewis there, but Lewis does well to recover now. Mateo wins that. Also a late challenge from Koval there on Hadron, but ultimately will end up going out for a Steel City throw-in.
In a 2v2 situation there, I mean, Prex is going to be a north and south player. And so when you're playing 2v2, you want that north and south player, that striker there. He plays off the back shoulder. He's there again right here.
Norris plays that off the outside of his foot. Prex does finally bring it under control. Gets it back to Mertz. Top of the box, Ryan Mertz looking to swing it into Nate Ward on the back post. Just doesn't quite get it right. Ward's there for the repress. But then it's the fresh legs of DeCapua. Ultimately plays it off Nate Ward for a Cleveland goal kick.
Nate and Prex have come onto the field, and they have made an impact straight away. Chasing those fresh legs, very attacking players. A really positive substitution. You think about the directions you can go when you're up 2-0 and you think maybe do we protect what we've got? And Steel City's made the decision. We'll be careful, but we're going to go try to find a third, and that's a really brave decision, but I think it's also the right decision the way this game's gone.
Now Cleveland looking to just enjoy the ball here. As McIntyre over, though, some defensive responsibilities. Still McIntyre, but Fuentes does well to get a foot in and win the ball. Cleveland looking to play, just not on the same page.
Loose pass, but there's just nobody in that midfield for Cleveland. And now here's a sprint race again, 4-on-4.
Tron looking to get Mertzy involved. Ultimately just to overhit a bit. Pulling just forced to go long. It looks like 2 more changes here for Steel City. It'll be Gabe Norris and Evan McIntyre leaving. And that looks to be Anders Bordet and Xander Plizga coming on for the host.
Xander, I just go back to that U.S. Open Cup game against Michigan Stars. I mean, what a performance by him, in particular in that first half. Or second half when he came on, he did such a nice job. He was like, so to bring a player like that off the bench, it's just such a. Again, we keep speaking week in and week out about the depth of this Steel City team.
Here's Mertz looking to get involved, but just can't skip past his defender. Now Cleveland will look to get forward.
There's 6 Steel City players back. So even when Cleveland gets forward, they're just outnumbered. They're just outnumbered right now.
Here's Bordoy trying to make an impact early as he gets on, cutting in field on his left foot, looking for the big switch to Kope, just doesn't catch it quite in the right way. But Prex does well just to force Fuentes to go back, and he ends up hitting it out for a Steel City corner.
They just put you under a lot of pressure. They're good 1v1 defenders, these strikers, but Prex in particular, Prex, he dispossesses a lot of guys. He gets in behind a lot of guys, and he's just really challenging player. The more you watch him, there's some very obvious things and some very subtle things he does that are really well to put you in uncompromised positions.
It'll be Bordoy, the sub, looking to swing this one in on his left foot. Plenty of blue and black in that side, the 6-yard area. Prex does get up for it, flicks it on. Ball still be alive here. Gets it back into Michael Sullivan.
What a run.
Great run into Nathan Ward. He just can't keep it on. And it'll go out for a Cleveland goal kick.
It's a nice run, though.
And again, another sub for Steel City. I believe that is Kai McLaughlin. He'll replace Ryan Mertz.
Kai is lightning. He's a player. At first, you don't realize how fast he's going until he opens up 5 yards on a player, and you go, "Oh, this guy's fast." And Kai's had some chances. Um, just a really energetic winger.
And now really seeing the numbers Cleveland are looking to get forward, get in the attack. They know getting into the last 20 minutes here, down 2 goals, need to start to just generate more. But again, just a bit loose. Very accurate. Steel City numbers around the ball. There's a foul against Anasa drawn, and he'll enter the referee's book.
It's a good foul. It's a good time to take a yellow too. It's not one of those ones you sit on for 80 minutes. It's 2-0. You take a foul there in a nothing position where now free kick from the top of the bottom of the circle. But it is an alarm bell too. If you're Steel City, that this Cleveland team does carry a threat, especially in transition.
Dawson looks to play this one in to the big run of Jordan Lewis coming forward.
He's a big body too. That's not the guy you want to have to defend 1v1 in the box there.
So City do well just to force Cleveland out, back inside their own half. Again, just a little wasteful from Cleveland. Steel City able to take the throw. Goes quick into Pliszka, but just a bit heavy. But he's still chasing this one down to Xander Pliszka. And his Prex coming through on the head, but just heads it all the way through to Poling.
Yeah, Poling started going a walkabout there for a second. If Pliszka gets that, he has a chance to lob him. It just tells you something. We really haven't said Will Afawubu's name much, and that's just because they just haven't really put him under pressure. There hasn't been a lot of sustained central pressure by Cleveland. Not a lot of penetration in the box, maybe around the outside of the box, but nothing real central. I don't even think Cleveland to this point does not have a shot at goal that I remember yet. It's certainly not one on goal. Garrett's sitting on 0 saves at the moment, so it's just not the way the game's probably been wanted to be played out by Cleveland at this point, 70 minutes in.
Again, the last outfield change for Steel City, that's Ben Feinstein coming in. He's replacing Anas Adron, so Anas just getting on that yellow right away, taken off the field, wanting to be replaced.
No need to play with 10 when you're up 2-0. No need.
Here's Bordoy now, looking to get in behind. He does go down. Now will be another booking for Cleveland.
And he bought that one. I think he realized the touch went a little bit long and the contact was coming, and he made sure that everyone knew it. And it's good game management. Good game management there. Now a free kick from a promising position. I think this one. I would say, though, that if Steel City was having a staff maybe one complaint about this team is that it has not been that dangerous on set pieces. They've not scored a lot off of set pieces to this point, and haven't generated a lot off of them. So this is another opportunity here to improve as this season goes on, for sure.
It's Keegan Dawson for Cleveland, who got the yellow card. Bordoy, who won the foul, stands over this one. Left foot. Very dangerous area. A lot of Steel City at the back post there. Will be played into the back circuit. Doesn't get it past the first man.
Yeah, and that's been a trend. If you watch the team, that's been a trend, is not getting it past that first defender.
And another foul against Cleveland, so Steel City have a chance just to get the ball down.
You just soak in 20 seconds, 30 seconds at a time. It's a good way. You're in the last 20 minutes of the game. Just manage the game. Changes the ball out. He wants a different ball. I mean, that one looked flat. It looked flat. And so, I mean, for the good of the game, right?
I'm half tempted. They threw 2 balls on the field. I'm half tempted. Sullivan didn't pick up both and see which one he likes better, just like he's playing at Wimbledon.
There it is again, though. You know, that first defender again getting a touch on the ball on the set piece. Just something as they move forward that because those conference playoff games, they're decided by those sorts of moments.
Teo tries to get up. He does get a flick. Kopay keeps it on.
Oh,
High stud there from Koval.
Yeah.
Makes no contact.
you got to be real careful right now. There's no reason. Like some of these plays here. Now a little sequence behind the play. There's a lot of frustration kind of building in the Cleveland. You saw that late tackle there. After the yellow, kind of waving off the referee, and then this little shoving, which is just a nothing. It's a nothing shove, but it is showing a little signs of frustration. And it's been a frustrating evening from a Cleveland perspective. Nothing really going on in attack, and not really been able to cope with the Steel City attack up front. It has been relentless.
Now trying just to try to do something different, see what they can do to break this block of Steel City. McLaughlin almost had a chance to get free there and just get loose a little bit, but the referee does call it back for a foul whistled against the host. And they'll just get bodies behind the ball. Steel City will. Looks like Cleveland wants to get this ball forward.
That's why I say that play back there with Josh. There's just not really even a reason to keep it around. They're just played into their end at that moment. Didn't have numbers to play around. No reason to give Cleveland any sign of life.
DiMatteo wins 2 heads. And again, a high challenge.
That's a bad challenge.
Now it's really looking to kick off.
And you see the frustration starting to boil over. I mean, it's just the frustration starting to boil over.
There was a yellow issued to...
That's a third or fourth challenge that have come in there with intent. And, Justin Kopay, an emotional player, just sharing his perspective that he didn't appreciate. Enough's enough. And to be honest, it's not really needed. Cleveland really just hasn't done the job on the field. And so there's no reason to take this game to a different level. I mean, maybe they're trying to stir it up to kind of create a procession of free kicks, maybe change the energy or give themselves some energy. But it's just not really needed. I think these two teams are way above that level.
It was Matthew DeCapua, the sub, who got booked for that challenge.
We catch him differently. It could be a red. I mean, it's a challenge that he's just fortunate where he caught Will. He caught him in his stride, but the spike was definitely up around the high ankle. So if he catches him there, he probably goes off. So now from a Steel City perspective, keep your eye on the ball. 2-0. Control the conference. There's no need to settle of scores at this point. If nothing else happens in this game, they go to bed tonight as the conference leader with 3 of the next 4 at home.
Again, just really looking to make their stamp now. Just keep the ball. Get around. Make these Cleveland players chase.
These substitutes have done such a great job. I mean, what a ball by Josh. That is a class ball. A class ball.
There's Kopay looking to get Bourdois in behind. There's Bourdois trying to get the ball on his left foot. Referee will whistle a foul against Kopay.
I think it's at that point where now the referee he doesn't want paperwork. If he can keep this game under control, almost anything tight is going to be called now because he's just at a point where he doesn't want this game to get away from him either.
Cleveland looked to be readying some substitutions. One last wrench they can throw in this game to try to turn it in their favor, but here's Fuentes trying to look for the run of Koval in behind, and Koval will get there Oh,
Will.
Afawubu just steps in front to win the ball.
He just never ceases to amaze you. Now look at what he creates over on the other side here. Prexa chases the ball down there. He's just a spectacular player. Right? If there's a non-striker to watch, I mean, oftentimes we talk about these strikers. I mean, that's center back. I mean, just watch him from a game, and you will really enjoy yourself.
There's Cleveland now trying to work the right side of Steel City.
Just
Again,
no numbers.
McLaughlin just can't keep it in. Ball will run out of play.
Just no numbers. Cleveland's attacking 1 and 2 around the ball. It's just not enough to break down the 3 and 4 Steel City players around them. And unlike when Steel City wins in so much space on the backside, there's always 2 or 3 players even on the backside. Steel City just has a lot of balance, a lot of structure right now.
The changes for Cleveland. It was Pellegrini who's come off the field on that right side. Well, it's Dawson, I believe, was the second substitute.
You think, really, aside from the goal that was called out, there really hasn't been much of note that's happened this half. And I think if you're Dan Brower and the Steel City staff, that's exactly how you want it. A very forgettable second half after a very memorable first half. Just to let this game die a slow death and go home with a 2-0 win. I think that they would be more than happy where it's at right now without any changes anyway of the score. I always watch Will on these set pieces. In the past, Will he's been an exciting player on these set pieces.
This ball gets swinged in from
there's
Bordori.
Will.
He does get his head on it, just not enough.
He's the most exciting player on the field. Again, come on to Founders Field and just watch him. You'll get your money's worth every time. Every time. I get it for free, so I mean, I think it's easy for me to say.
It definitely is. It definitely is. Makes it worth it.
I got my money's worth the other day.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, and these direct balls, you saw it early on, this direct play. Now Cleveland just hanging 4 players up here and launching it here. There's like a 40-yard gap that when Steel City wins the ball, they can play right into the midfield and they're able to break. I wouldn't be surprised to actually see a third goal here late as Cleveland gets more and more desperate. I mean, that's such a nice play right there.
Ooh, referee is going to whistle for a foul. McLaughlin thought he won that one clean, trying to get forward.
I agree with him. All right, I think that he had the ball and then he was brought to the ground. I felt like that's just a let her play.
So Cleveland will get a chance to get some numbers forward, get some bodies forward, get this one into the box. Does get lifted, looking for the run or for the head.
And there it is again, and there's just no need, it's again from a Steel City perspective. And there's another yellow.
That's Lewis. He should be done as
He
well.
is off.
He will be sent off. He will be sent off. Jordan Lewis, the center back, receives his second yellow card.
It's just madness too. It's been a frustrating evening, and this is a culmination of it. And Cope has a way about, he can wear on you. Yeah, and it's been a frustrating evening, and it just hasn't gone the way for Cleveland. Probably drew it up, and just in any way. And as this game has moved on, it's gotten the tackles have come later, the stuff after the play, and now you lose a key player for your next conference game. I mean, that's you think about it, there's 10 minutes in this game, but there's 90 in that next one, and he's not going to be able to be a part of that. And so these decisions also have consequences on that aspect too.
And this bad night for Cleveland just got even much worse. Something they won't look forward to. Lose Jordan Lewis for the last 10 minutes plus stoppages of this one and for the next match as well. So
Steel City
their
doesn't
staff will look forward to.
Yeah, and we just don't need to even get caught up in this type of stuff. Again, this game, just let it die a slow death. Right, nothing 9 minutes is all you need right now. 11 on 10, just keep everything in front of you. And the Steel City staff, they talk a lot about emotional control. And today it has been pretty controlled in all phases right now.
Cleveland now trying to come forward. 11 on 10. Referee will whistle for another foul. Gets McLaughlin again.
Looking around, there's still so many of those young kids that have been here since 1:30, 2 o'clock, and they're still churning.
There you go. Cleveland looks to get forward, looking for the run.
You have to ask, how does that guy get loose?
That was Oliviera who got into the box there. Prex will keep it in, and he is onside. Nathan Prex. Early service looking for Bordeaux. He stays up.
If he goes down, right, it might be a penalty.
Questions could be asked there if he does go down.
I would ask one of them.
Again, referee whistling for another foul on Justin Copain. Just lets him know. Doesn't want him to get any worse. He's trying to help Copain out to protect him a bit.
Yeah, there's just no need there. Pretty late flag by the AR. The whistle had already gone. And the AR then pops his flag, but all's well that ends well.
Sullivan did well in chase, just got in front of between man and ball.
Sullivan's so savvy. A University of Pittsburgh player, Steel City homegrown player. A guy who's going to play his entire career at so many kids bouncing around from school to school, and he's stuck it out, and he's been one of those players that Jay is going to rely on this year in a big ACC. So it's a campaign. So it's nice to have a player like that to help you manage games like this.
Prex again trying to give chase, but Svetko does well. And there's McLaughlin. He just looks to go forward as well. Now Cleveland intercept. Again, the pass from Svetko deep. Allows Copain to press high. And it's a decent outlet. And now Cleveland look to get forward again.
Yeah, I don't know if the switch of Svetko into the middle worked exactly how they wanted it to. He was the one guy in the first half who was serving balls into the box. And when they pulled him out of that flank position, that's gone away.
There's Bordeaux looking to get forward. Placing in behind Fuentes to Prex.
Good first touch.
There's Nathan Prex. Fuentes goes to ground. Again, he will win the corner. Again, Fuentes times it well. Got to be very confident in that situation. Not only is he in the box, but he's on a yellow too as well. They don't want to lose two.
Yeah.
Not even just for the last 5 minutes, but like you said, for that next game.
Absolutely.
Here's Bordeaux on his left foot. We'll swing this one into the penalty area. Not too many numbers forward for Steel City. It will fall. The ball gets hit off the line. Svetko off the line. It will be a